Breaking news on the Pen and the Shank. I literally just came across this news in my news feed, and I knew I instantly had to pull up an article and share it with you before I went to sleep tonight. It's 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And man, an Arkansas man who's awaiting a murder trial for unaliving his daughter's abuser just won the Republican primary to become sheriff of this small Arkansas town. That's right. We got a real life superhero who just won the primary of an Arkansas town because he stood up against the abuser of his daughter who SA'd his daughter, and he put his hat in the mix to be the next sheriff of the town while he's waiting for trial on a murder charge. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. It's coming out left and right. Every day they got a story I can't keep up. Man, let's get right into it. Coming straight from the Arkansas Advocate. It says, Arkansas man awaiting murder trial wins GOP primary for county sheriff. I'm giving this to you live. I haven't read this. As soon as I saw this come across the news feed, I pulled up an article. I came upstairs in my house. I set up a spot so I can cover this. And here we are. So I'm going to react to it in real time. Aaron Spencer, that's right, Aaron Spencer, and I'm gonna put a picture of him right here. And I'm actually not just putting a picture, but I'm showing you the news feed that I saw that made me go jump into this and see if it was true. Once I knew it was true, I knew I had to bring it to you. This is the type of stuff that I'm obligated to bring to the viewers of the Pen and the Shank. I'm gonna give you the unusual and unique crime and prison related stories. And you can't get much more unusual and unique than a dude who's on awaiting trial on murder charges to just win the primary in Arkansas to be the next sheriff of his town. Man, this stuff is real. Aaron Spencer, charged with unaliving man accused of Lesting, Spencer's daughter. That's right. And there's a bunch of picket signs. It says re-elect Staley, who's the current sheriff. And then next to it, it says Aaron Spencer for sheriff, who's the challenger, who's the one who just ran for the thing. It says an Arkansas man awaiting trial for charges that he unalived his daughter's accused SA has won the Republican nomination for county sheriff in a race that's garnered national attention. I hadn't heard about it yet. It's my first time hearing about it. I don't know everything. Aaron Spencer won more than 53% of the vote in Tuesday's three-person primary for Lonoke County sheriff. Spencer will face Democratic nominee Brian Mitchell Sr. this fall. Tonight, the people of Lonoke County stood up and chose transparency and accountability, Spencer said in a release from his campaign. This wasn't a campaign about me. It was about every family who called for help and got nothing. That betrayal ends tonight. That's right. People are sick and tired. They are fed up with not having justice in this country. The American people have stood by for too long as justice has eluded them. The American people are sick and tired. And I promise you that Aaron Spencer is just one of many who are going to get voted in office in the future. Because American people are tired of voting for the same old crooked politicians, lifelong politicians. We want our everyday peers in office like Aaron Spencer. That's who we want in office. Somebody who's been through something. Somebody who stood up and fought against the system that didn't stand up for him. And you know what? The person who did that to his daughter, a man has a right to defend his daughter's honor. And you know what? Sometimes it happens like that. If he thought the justice system wasn't doing anything, then he felt like he did what he had to do. And here we are. What say you? Spencer, 37, was charged with second-degree unaliving in 2024. Death of a man accused of SA Spencer's teenage daughter. Spencer's trial was originally scheduled for January, but had been postponed. If Spencer is convicted of the felony charge, he'd be unable to serve as sheriff. We don't know how this is going to play out, y'all. The Arkansas Supreme Court in January removed the judge hearing Spencer's case and rescinded the order she had issued that would have restricted the public's access to Spencer's trial. A new date for Spencer's trial has not been scheduled yet. It was the second time the court had intervened in the case after the judge had issued a gag order that justices withdrew last year. Spencer has run on promises to protect children from SA violence, calling for the creation of an investigative unit dedicated to child SA, grooming, and domestic violence. Who watching this right now would not support this man wanting to put together a task force that's designed and designated to protect children? I was just watching a special on TV about Roblox. Do you know how many people go on Roblox who are into that sick stuff with children? That's right. That's a large portion of them. And to ignore it, you would be foolish. You better know what your children are doing on them gaming devices. It's real. And people who have insiders of Roblox, they are admitting this. But then there are other people who are part of it. They're denying it. Man, we live in a crooked system. And people like Aaron Spencer, that's the new champion. That's right. For the price of a lawnmower, you can get out of jail after committing an SA crime against a child. I think that's absolutely ridiculous, Spencer told the Little Rock television station KATV, a clip that he's promoted on his campaign Facebook page. All right, Spencer, we behind you down here in Louisiana. You know what I mean? We support you. I'm going to read that again. This is what he said. For the price of a lawnmower, you can get out of jail after committing an SA crime against a child. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. And anybody in their right mind is going to agree that that's absolutely ridiculous. Spencer was running against incumbent Sheriff John Staley and David Buford for the Republican nomination. The race has drawn more interest from voters in the rural central Arkansas community than others statewide in federal races on the ballot in Tuesday's primary. Brett Collins of Austin said he worked for the sheriff's office for most of Staley's 12 years at the helm and left due to his dislike of Staley's leadership. I like Spencer's odd, Collins said after voting at the Cabot Public Library. Lisa McClure of Cabot said she voted for Spencer because longtime incumbents tend to get complacent in their position and need to be replaced over time. Reporter Tess Verbin contributed to this report. Man, I agree with both the people they interviewed. Nobody should be a politician for a career. You should not be able to have a career as a politician. There should be no such thing as career politicians. You serve 1, 2, maybe 3 terms tops, and you got to go, because the longer a politician sits in office, the longer that the opportunity for them to do something dishonest occurs, and bribery, and you name it. And it just happens, and they become crooked over time. Self-interest over the constituents' interests. They're supposed to be looking out for the people. And they might go into it with a good heart, but the longer they're in there, the more evil they become. So it has to be term limits. Everybody with a right mind should agree. I don't care what party you support. You should agree that term limits should be the thing. And furthermore, we need to start voting for people like Spencer, everyday people who work with us. You know what I mean? Blue collar people. You know what I mean? We should be voting for. You know what I mean? Hard workers. People who do put their sweat, blood, and tears into the community to support their family. Everyday people. That's right. You could be a bus driver. Remember the dude, Ed Durr, up in New Jersey? Everyday dude. He won. Now we got Spencer. It's going to be more of a thing. You know what I mean? Over here at the Pen and the Shank, the most unusual and unique crime and prison channel experience on YouTube, we like the unusual and unique candidates who are running for office, like Aaron Spencer and Ed Durr. You know what I mean? And we're going to spotlight them more because we need a change with the politicians, and we need somebody who believes in something. And you know what? I don't think there's a jury in the world that's going to find this dude guilty. What say you? And if he gets found guilty, hey, we'll cover the story later. Is it possible? Everything's always possible. But if I was on the jury, there ain't no way I'm finding this man guilty. Man, give me a like and subscribe to the Pen and the Shank. And let's congratulate. Leave in the comments. Congratulations to you, Aaron Spencer, for winning the Republican primary for sheriff in Lonoke County, Arkansas. Well, we hope you win the sheriff's seat. And even the sheriff, who's the incumbent, who's been sitting in office, he actually called to congratulate Aaron Spencer. He knew that it was time for, he probably wanted to get retired anyway, and he knew this was his way out. And just so happened, it took a dude who stood up for his own daughter and his own family, blam, 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 blasted the fool. Now he's winning. Let's get it.